Ooh, spooky, scary shit. Werewolf bar mitzvah, spooky, scary. Yes, isn't that music very creepy and eerie and makes you want to shit your pants? I certainly shit my pants. Luckily, I'm wearing my jumpsuit, and my pants is somewhere else. That got really gross really fast. Welcome to the show, everybody. Yes, everything's creepier now because it's the Halloween season. Yes, welcome back to the show, everybody. We had another one of those hiatuses because, like I said previously, during the Maze Runner, not a lot of movies come out during this time, so you're gonna get a lot of gaps, and but we're back, and during my away time, got to see a little bit of it. You got to see a new program emerge, and that program is done by Bludgeonowski. Yes, he did it. He hit the big times. He got his own show without my permission, but that's okay. And we're no hard feelings, Bludgeonowski. He's going to recap each week from the point of view of supervillains. Hopefully, I'll get to be in the recap one of these days. Invasion of S.H.I.E.L.D. bothers getting me out of that goo. Anyway, let's do what we do best here on this program, and that's reviewing the latest big old blockbusters to be hastily splattered across the big screen. And this week, that movie in question is Dracula Untold. And with me today is the motherfucker. Thank you. You waited a really long time to get me back here, didn't you? Yes, I waited a long time. Am I just gonna be your monster guy? I'm just gonna come whenever you do a horror movie type Universal monster thing? Yeah, pretty much. You were present for the I Frankenstein review. So I'm gonna give you'll be my monster movie guy. Ah, my motif doesn't even have anything to do with monsters. Yes, but you know, I need you, man. I need you for this. Whatever. I just agreed because you let me put on this awesome costume. Yes. The Halloween tradition is to dress up as something you are not. And I decided that if we were gonna dress up this Halloween, then it should be there should be a theme. So this year's theme for Halloween is a very specific theme, and that theme is supervillains that I cannot afford to get on the program. And I invite the Blob and Bludnovsky to also participate in this theme. So all of you guys have to dress up as great supervillains we cannot afford to get on this program. Like the Joker that I am dressed up as. Yeah, and I'm dressed up as Bane. Yes, and the little squid monster that I got from Ozymandias, he's dressed up as Loki. Yeah, he breaks our theme though. Like we were both Batman, Christian Bale Batman villains, but this little stupid squid thing broke it. Yeah, but the theme isn't Christian Bale Batman or Chris Nolan Batman villains. The theme is villains we can't afford, and I can't afford Loki. Maybe before the Avengers happened, I might have, because he was so out of the mainstream. But now everybody loves him and wants to have sex with him. So yep, no longer affordable. Sorry, Loki. Uh, uh, Zod was affordable because no one liked him in Man of Steel, and you know I get the less liked guys, I get the underdogs, you know. But you know what? Since we're never going to get them on the show, we might as well dress up like them. Yeah, they're not going to get mad at us because they'll never come here. They'll never come here. Yep. So I'm Joker, motherfucker is Bane, and little squid monster is Loki. So what is this? Tell me, how did you feel about Dracula Untold? It sucked. Oh no, not this again. Yep, it sucked. Ugh. Okay, fine. I might have to agree with you a little bit on this one, but let's explain. It sucked. Ugh. You certainly haven't changed. Yep, not since early January. Oh my gosh, has it been that long? Uh huh. Wow, it's almost been like in just 2 months. It's going to be a whole year since I started this. So much has changed since then. Like what? Um, the amount of viewers. Well, when I started this program, I'll talk about it during the anniversary vid. So anyway, yes, let's talk about why you think Dracula Untold. It sucked. Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll explain why it sucked. Okay, I'll do it. Can you let me explain without interrupting me? Maybe. Okay, I'm trusting you. Okay. You're right. So this takes place before Dracula was Dracula. Oh, great. Before he was interesting. Yep. Before he was ever did anything that he is famous for doing that we like him for, he was a war king. Please, we've already got several war kings. This might as well be reviewed by Osmandius. He's the ancient war guy, right? Yeah, he's the guy I get for those. For the old classic war or the ancient war movies. But but yeah, this falls more under classic monster movie than that. So that's why I got you here. Ah, yes. So it takes place before he became Dracula, back when he was Vlad the Impaler. Yeah, that's supposed to be the real life historical figure that Dracula is based on. Uh-huh. So we get to find out about Vlad. Oh, this better not be a period piece. Maybe. We'll see. Actually, no, there's fantasy and stuff in this. A horror fantasy. So anyway, yes, it's the untold origins of Dracula. How he turned from Vlad to Dracula. You see, this is the first problem. What's so scary about Dracula is that we don't know how he got that way. Yeah, there's hints at it, I suppose, but yeah, it was never like out in the open and just hanging out there for us to see. Ew. Hey, now, you're the one who's named after a very derogatory word. You got a point. Yes. Um, anyway, yes, they decide to flat out tell you, like, just give it all, like, here's the origin of how Vlad became Dracula. Yes, so the character we all like, and the character that this movie's named for, technically doesn't show up to the very end of the movie. In fact, not even then. He's not even remotely like Dracula. Yeah, he's not suave and sophisticated. He's not hungry for blood. Well, he is a little bit. But he's not the Dracula we all know, the heartless, menacing guy. He's more of a he's more of a hero, really, a noble hero. This bullshit. Why can't he be the actual great Dracula? Because that doesn't happen until he gets the powers, which is not until halfway through the movie. And And even then, he's still not like Dracula. He's just a sad king. Yes. Let's dive more into this by breaking apart the movie. Yes, let's break it down. Well, not literally. Aw, I really wanted to break this movie down. Well, you can't. But we can take it apart figuratively. Okay, fine, let's do it that way. Alright then. So we begin the movie with the Universal logo reminding us like, hey, this was made by us. Which means it's like the official Universal monster movies. Even though it's nothing like them. Yeah, we'll get to what it's like in a minute. Yes. So we start with a recap explaining that there was a big old war and there were children involved, and it's like, oh, let's turn the children into soldiers. And one child grew up to be Vlad, who impaled all his victims onto spines and became king of Transylvania, and that's where the movie begins. Yeah, they already established all the stabbings and whatnot. So at least they didn't uh decide to cover all the boring parts. They skipped over the part we didn't really want to see. Yeah, at least they were merciful about that. So we see Vlad in all his glory, newly appointed king, partying with the other rich people. They're all partying, they're royal and fancy and rich, and he has a hot blonde wife, played by the robot lady from Amazing Spider-Man 2, and 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 then. So anyway, wait a minute. That's not how the movie begins. Yeah, you forgot. There's a scene before that. Yeah, a scene after the recap and before the fancy party. Of course, I'm talking about when they're at a river and they're looking around and they're like, hey, there's some creepy stuff going on. Let's go check that cave over there. Yeah, and then we get a bunch of jump scares. Yeah, jump scares. And we are reminded that, yeah, this movie isn't really scary. It's just like, oh, jump scare. Yeah, the classic monster movies were known for being scary. They were known for being eerie with their atmosphere. Yes, and this movie doesn't have scary atmosphere. No, they try to be like those new horror or what horror slash action movies about vampires and werewolves. The kind we don't like. Yeah, they kind of keep getting sequels. What are they called? Oh yeah, uh, Under Evo and Resident World. Those movies. I think you have dyslexia. Yeah, I don't have STDs. Shut up. So anyway, they go searching in the cave, get spooked by something that might be a vampire. We don't know yet because then they have to go to the fancy party we were talking about earlier. I'm so fancy. Don't ever do that again. Okay. So anyway, like I said, they were partying, they're being fancy. I'm so fancy. But then they're interrupted. And who are they interrupted by? Dominic Cooper. Oh no. Yep. Dominic Cooper is here. This time he is not the vampire. Yeah, last time he was in a vampire movie, he was one of the vampires. Yep, in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. So thank you, Dracula, for reminding me of that. Uh, for reminding me of another horrendously mediocre vampire film. Yes. So yes, Dominic Cooper has come and he said like, hey, we're gonna go to war with some other unnamed country that we're not gonna get into in this movie, and we need as many warriors as possible, as many soldiers. So we're taking all your children, all of your boys. They're gonna be with us now, and uh, and um, and Vlad's wife is sad. Vlad is also sad, and that's the drive of the movie. Wait, that's it? That's his drive? Is that he wants to save children? He's he he's like that lady from The Simpsons. Won't someone think of the children? Yep, he's basically Gamera, protector of children. Ah, I can't believe they turned Dracula into a giant flying turtle kaiju. Yep, they did it. Well, they didn't actually turn him into a giant flying turtle kaiju. They just, they gave him the same drive as the giant flying turtle kaiju. Whatever. Yes. So Vlad is desperate now. He's having inner turmoil. Should I let Dominic Cooper take all of our all of the kingdom's boys, or should I not? And Sarah Gadden won't take a stand for this. So they confront Dominic Cooper, or they confront his men, his henchmen, and the henchmen are about to take Vlad's son, and Vlad's son is like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a hero. I'm a child actor, so that gives me an excuse for being a bad actor." And but then Vlad decides to screw it. Well, not the boy, the men. Well, not literally screw them. I mean beat them up. He's like, to hell with this deal. I'm gonna protect my family and all of the kingdom's kids. So but he has no idea how the hell he's gonna do this. Finally, we get to the vampire part. Yes, he decides, I'm going to go to the caves and look for that vampire thing that I left. So he goes there and he makes a deal with Master Vampire. Wait, that's his name? Master Vampire? What kind of sucky name is that? Well, I don't think he's ever named, so that's why they had to call him Master Vampire in the credits, because there was nothing else to call him. I thought he was going to be Caligula. Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard he was going to be Caligula, which is that famous. He's that famous ruler who was known for having lots of orgies. Yeah, that guy. You know what? For fun, let's just call him Caligula anyway. Yay! So he makes a deal with Caligula to that if he drinks Caligula's blood, he will also become Caligula. Nah, just kidding. He'll take the Master Vampire's place of being a servant for Satan. I wish I was a servant for Satan. Maybe someday, motherfucker. Maybe someday. Fingers crossed. Yep, fingers crossed. So he drinks the blood, and he gets transformed. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. It turns out that Caligula explains that this deal that being a vampire is a trial. It's like a free trial. Yeah, like when you install a software and the computer's like, okay, this is a 30-day free trial. If you like it, then you can pay for it, and then you'll have it forever. Yeah, and it's kind of like how this is. If Vlad likes being a vampire, then once the free trial is up, 3-day free trial, he can suck some more blood, and then he'll be a vampire forever. Yeah. So he takes the free trial, and he believes that, you know what, I have enough time to. I'm going to try to get this over with and save all the boys from being recruited before this free trial is up. Yeah, like when you download a free trial for a school assignment, knowing that the school assignment will be over before the free trial ends. Yep, it's just like college. So anyway, after he receives the free trial, he discovered he has all these awesome powers. Yeah, they're awesome. Like super strength and transforming into bats and acute senses. Yeah, who knew being a vampire was like being a supervillain? Actually, you know what? The Dracula is actually a good friend of mine. Really? Yeah, he's a supervillain too. He's a supervillain of Marvel. Oh. Yep. He's a Marvel supervillain. Well, at least one version of him is anyway. But I digress. So anyway, well, hey, why didn't you get him? Because I only get the movie or live action interpretations of people here, and the live action Dracula from Blade, really bland. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he's just a supermodel who's mean. So anyway, back to the movie. Yes, so he's trying out his new awesome powers, and then he goes back to his buddies, and he's like, his fellow war buddies. And he's like, don't worry, I'm going to protect these children from the evil warriors who work for Dominic Cooper. I'm gonna battle them. So he goes and he battles them all single-handedly, transforming into bats. And we have a really cool shot where we see him do it from the point of view of a sword. Although it does break that tradition that vampires are not supposed to have their reflections aren't supposed to be visible. Yeah, but whatever. It's cool. It's awesome. These cool shots showing him fighting all the warriors, and then it ends with him defeating them all. So he transfers all of the civilians to a safer place from these evil recruiters. Ooh, join the Navy. I wonder if this movie has any anti-militaristic tones. Hey, save that for the message boards on the internet. So he runs into this vampire fanatic who's like, hey, you're a vampire. OMG, OMG. LOL, OMFG. I'm so excited, like I'm totally meeting a vampire. I'm your number one fan, Vlad. And I'm a vampire aficionado. I better take a selfie with you. I'm totally with Vlad. Yeah, he's totally fanboying out. Yes, but then Vlad is like, go away. This is only temporary. This is just a vampire free trial. So he shoos him away. But then his vampirism is exposed. Oh no! He better cover his private parts. Yes, his private vampire parts. He's exposed by a priest who tries to who's like, hey Vlad, I know you're a vampire, but don't worry, I'm gonna help you by freaking killing you. So he burns the place down, and the secret is out. All his war buddies now know. His royal subjects know, and his wife knows. But she found out earlier when she had a sex scene with him, and he couldn't do the deed because it made him want to suck her blood. Aw, man, because he didn't want to suck her blood, she couldn't suck something else. Oh my god, I can't believe you went there. I was talking about his dick. And you went there. So moving on. So yes, she's the only one who seems to accept him. Also the kid, naturally. Like, hey, that's good on her. I mean, sure, this kind of shows she has no character, but still, it's like good on her. She's still accepting of her husband, and And he's like, look, guys, look, British royal subjects, stop trying to burn me down, okay? Frankenstein is the one you burned down, okay? I'm trying to freaking help you guys, so shut up. I'm a vampire, whether you like it or not, but don't worry, I'm going to not be. I just need to kill all these people. So they cut to another war scene where they're battling more people, and and his army accepts him as their leader, whether he likes it or not, and he beats them up. Yes, but then he senses that his poor wife is in trouble. Oh, great! That cliche of damsel in distress. Hey, you put a damsel in distress in Kick-Ass 2 when you tried to rape a girl. I thought you promised never to bring that up. Well, I know it's a touchy subject, but it had to be brought up. You better not do that bullshit again. Okay, I promise. I'll never try to rape again. Good. Okay. And also, but that's not enough. I also have to slap you. No, you wait a minute. I have to do it really harder. Okay, have you learned your lesson? Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, no raping. Okay, so anyway, well, that was really dark. So anyway, yes, Dracula's wife is in trouble. She's about to fall, but then Dracula goes over him, but she's still falling. So he goes down off this cliff, trying to chase her through gravity. This sounds really familiar. Oh yeah, it reminds me of that sad scene at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2 when Gwen Stacy died and she was falling down the clock tower and Spider-Man was falling down towards her and the web sling and the little web looked like a little web hand trying to get her, but it wasn't quick enough because she died anyway. This scene wasn't as sad. Yeah, it wasn't as sad because there wasn't as much character development. But yeah, it looks like they copied that scene verbatim. The hero chasing after his blonde love interest through gravity. She's falling to her death as he is also falling towards her, but doesn't get her in time. Yeah, but for some reason she's still alive. Yeah, and then she says, hey, your free trial is almost up. Please suck my blood so you can become a vampire permanently, so you can kick Dominic Cooper's ass. Do it. Wait, so did the fall kill her, or did Dracula sucking her blood kill her? I don't know. The point is, she's dead. Yep, and that means that Dracula is permanently a vampire. Yes, Vlad is now a vampire permanently, and the original vampire, who we will still call Caligula, even though it turns out not to be him, he can sense it. Yeah, and that means he's going to take advantage of this. Now you would think that he would take advantage of this, like, for his evil plans earlier than when he does, but we'll get to that later. Way later. Or no, not that later. Actually, no. Very soon. This movie's almost over. Yeah. So he buries his wife, sad, and but there's not much of his group left. Of his kingdom. Most of them have been killed, and there's just a few survivors, like this cranky old guy with a cane. And he's like, hey, survivors, I'm gonna make you guys badasses. Do you know how I'm gonna do that? I'm gonna make you like me. So he bites all of them. Yeah, and he makes them fellow vampires. Yes, finally, some vampire action. A whole army of badass vampires. Yeah. Meanwhile, his son has been held hostage by Dominic Cooper. Yes, and Dominic Cooper is holding him hostage at his fancy place, and he's surrounded by silver. Yes, And why is he surrounded by silver? Why does he have an entire floor covered in silver coins and a silver armor? Because he's trying to be fancy. I'm so fancy. No! Oh, sorry. I just really like that song. No, you don't. Yeah, you're probably right. It's just an earworm. So anyway, yeah, he has the silver to protect him from vampires. Uh-huh. Yes. So Dracula and his band of vampires, although he's still called Vlad at this point, don't worry, he'll be called Dracula eventually. So him and his vampire buddies destroy all of the guards and warriors that work for Dominic Cooper. They murder all of them, and and um, and so that means that Dracula or Vlad has to go through the final boss level of defeating Dominic Cooper, who is holding his son hostage. So he takes away his son and battles Dominic Cooper despite the silver burning him. Yeah, they're fighting on the set of the opening of DuckTales. Yes, DuckTales. Whoa! So they're battling and they're beating each other up, but and Dominic Cooper uses the sunlight to defeat Dracula, but then Dracula is then like, hold on, if the sunlight's gonna kill me, it could also kill you if you become a vampire. But Dominic Cooper's like, I'm only a vampire in the Abraham Lincoln movie, not in this movie. And Vlad is like, you are now, and he bites him, and then pushes him into the sunlight and kills him. Yep. So that settles that. So Vlad gets out of the DuckTales set and with his son, but then all of the other vampires are like, hey, good job, Dracula, we did it. Let's take over the land now because we're vampires and we're awesome, and let's kill all the humans. Yeah, that old crotchety guy with the cane is all happy now. Yeah, he's all like, he's all nimble and happy, and he's like, yeah, I'm so happy. Oh, let's kill all the humans. Let's start with your son. And Vlad is like, nope, I'm Dracula, motherfucker. Yes, yeah, he finally came up with Dracula. Did he just pull that out of his ass though? Yeah, it's kind of like when Darth Sidious pulled the name Vader out of his ass. I guess evil villainous people just have to rename themselves something random. Yeah, like if we weren't already villains, but if we became villains, then we would come up with our own names. Yeah, like Lord Smokey Schmuck and Nimble McCoochie. That was weird. So anyway, he's like, no, I have to defeat all you vampires. So how come being a vampire corrupted them and made them soulless monsters, but it didn't corrupt him? I guess because he's like a vampire lord now. Yeah, but if he became corrupted, that would have been awesome because that's what we came for. We love Dracula because he's a soulless monster. Yeah, but he's still rational, unfortunately. So he so uh so 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 he tries to protect his son, but then comes the priest from earlier who tried to kill Dracula, and he's like I'll take the son, I'll take your son, and I promise I won't be like other priests who molest little boys. I'm the good type of priest. Wait, there's a good type of priest? Yeah, believe it or not, but there are some priests who won't molest kids. Yeah, but I wouldn't take that chance with that kid. Well, it's either a priest or vampires. So the priest takes the kid, and he promises that he'll take care of Dracula Jr. So he goes away, and Dracula has to stay and deal with the problem, and so the cloud goes away a convenient cloud, and all of these badass vampires that we have been given are now taken away by being destroyed by the sunlight, including Dracula.
But wait a minute, isn't he destined to do other things, like the events of the Dracula book?
Yes, which is why later the fanatic I was talking about earlier, the fanatic who was like, OMG, I'm a vampire enthusiast, he revives Dracula.
Yeah, that's how it happens. He brings Dracula back to life.
And that's how Dracula survived.
So, are we going to deal with Caligula now?
Yes. It implied that he was going to take advantage of Dracula being a vampire lord now. And when does he do it? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years later.
Yep, in modern times.
Yeah, that was weird because I thought, like, if they're gonna do a time skip at the end, what if it's a time skip to the time during the original novel? The 1800s.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna, set up the events of that.
But nope, they skip to modern times, and he meets the reincarnation of his wife,
which is a character from the book, which means that in this version, the events of the book don't happen in the 1800s. It happens now.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I guess it's different. I mean, that's how most books are adapted, like for right now, but not when the time period is integral to the story.
Oh, well, I guess that's how they're gonna do it.
Yeah, I guess it's different. So, he walks away with her, and he looks exactly the same.
Yeah, he didn't get that Bela Lugosi hair.
Yeah, I was disappointed about that. I thought, hey, he should end this movie looking like Bela Lugosi, but nope. He still looks like Bard from Hobbit.
And he acts like Bard from Hobbit. In fact, this was bad characterization. All I saw was his character from Hobbit, except with vampire powers.
Yeah, but we're not done yet, because this is when Caligula finally gets off his ass. And he's at this, tea shop, and he's like, okay, I'm done being a hipster. Let the games begin!
He's a Hunger Games villain?
Yeah, apparently. Now the Hunger Games are about to happen. But yeah, that's how the movie ends. It ends with the vampire master saying, let the games begin!
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Well, about, ruling vampires and Dracula has to be a slave and whatnot.
He waited a long ass time for this to happen. He must have really good patience.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I heard tell that this is supposed to be the beginning of a cinematic universe for the Universal Monster films.
Oh, I see. Like the Avengers.
Or the original Universal Monster films.
Those were just a bunch of crossovers. They never had one where all the Universal monsters were together. Frankenstein, Wolfman, Mummy, not the Phantom of the Opera. He can go screw himself. But the Bride of Frankenstein and Invisible Man.
Yeah, Invisible Man. Yeah, all those guys, apparently they're implying that all those guys can be in the same continuity.
Yeah, but there was no implication of that in this.
Yeah, there was no after credit scene that implied that had Frankenstein be like, I'm a part of the Universal Initiative. No, nothing like that.
Well, are you sure we didn't stay for the after credit scene?
I'm assuming there's not because it doesn't say here on Wikipedia. Because we didn't care enough.
Nope, didn't care enough.
Yeah, but that's how the movie ends. So I guess, is he the version of Nick Fury? Is that what it implied? Was it like, do these games that he is talking about beginning, does that involve Frankenstein and the Wolfman and the creature from the African American lagoon?
Maybe when we get those movies, the Mummy movies and Frankenstein movies, Maybe those will also end with the Caligula also saying, "Let the games begin."
Yeah, or maybe he'll be like, "Oh, this is a part of my game."
Yeah, maybe he's the guy who gets them all together.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, not great, because this movie was not good.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to reviewing the movie overall.
Yeah, overall thoughts.
Okay, so Dracula Untold was very bland. It did what it wanted to do, telling Dracula's origins. But the problem is, we don't care about that part. We care about him being the great monster, and we never see him be a monster. We just see him rationally be a vampire, being like, "I'm going to use this for good." And then when he's about to be corrupted, we end it.
Yeah, he was rational throughout. He wasn't a heartless vampire at all. He was the protector of children.
Gamula! Yeah, that's what he was basically. So, but it doesn't matter because now it's in modern times. So all the children he tried to save are now all dead.
Yay!
Yeah, it was dark, but but yeah, bland characterization. The effects were really good, better than those Under, Evo, and Resident World movies by far.
Yeah, at least I can stand watching this instead of those.
Yeah, okay, so let's rate the movie. Let's rate this movie, shall we? Do you think that the audience at home should either watch this movie or uh, or get drafted into the military and then have to spend the rest of your life with an annoying vampire fanboy?
That.
The second one?
Yeah, because I don't like this movie.
Okay, me, watching the other Universal movies, I'd prefer that. Watching this, yeah, I'll hang out with the vampire fanboy and look at his vampire collection and his vampire aficionado stuff. All of his stuff he has, the merchandise, the vampire stuff, vampire dildos and whatnot. So if this Universal monster movie universe thing really does happen, I guess I'm willing to watch all of them. Are you?
I already watched The Wolfman.
I'm not sure if that's a part of this.
Yeah, it didn't do so well.
Yeah. You know what's weird is that was rated R, but this was rated PG-13.
Because they're trying to make it like the Avengers now.
Good point, good point. So yeah, apparently the werewolf movie it doesn't matter, even though it was relatively recent. It was like just 4 years ago. And gee, really? So you're gonna redo that?
Apparently.
Yeah. So I can't wait for Frankenstein and Creature from Black Lagoon. Not really for the Mummy because we already saw that. We already saw a big budget CGI reinterpretation, but of that.
Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well. So yeah. Uh, I guess I approve of the Universal plans of making this a cinematic universe of monster movies, as long as they don't make it like this one.
Yeah, learn from your mistakes.
Yes, learn from your mistakes. So that was the Halloween edition of Gravitalk.
You forgot to name the title at the beginning.
Yeah, but I named it now. Some movies go the whole movie without showing the title except for the very end. I'm artsy.
Whatever.
So, yep, that was our Halloween episode, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it.
What, you're not gonna have another?
It depends on which select theaters the Birdman is going to show up on, because I have made it my duty to bash every superhero propaganda film.
Well, this isn't really a superhero film. It's a movie about a superhero film.
Oh, then I guess I get some leeway. Well, that's the show, everybody. See you next time for either that or Matthew McConaughey time traveling. The power of love.
Whatever.
So that's it, everybody. That's the episode.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. So, hey, you want to go trick-or-treating with me?
Now I have to go do some filming things.
Like what?
Well, I'm on this new radio show called that's on the Journal website.
What's that?
It's someone that I know who is an internship here, and he needs a lot of support and whatnot.
You don't get any support here. What makes you think you'll get support there?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a dreamer.